Hi, from a gorgeous venue outside of London where I'll be facilitating an event for a couple of days. And I am reflecting on the courage and authenticity it takes to give and receive honest feedback. That's particularly relevant for me today because over the last few weeks I've had a couple of opportunities to ask dear friends of mine to give me feedback on a couple of aspects of the work that I do. And being completely transparent, I didn't actually like what I heard because I wanted to hear something else about how great something was that I was doing. But in actuality, I got feedback that was quite the opposite. And I was thinking a bit about my own reaction and what it must have been like for them. And I wanted to share with you some of the observations I have about how we develop more courage to be authentic in both giving and receiving the feedback. So when I went through those experiences and my friends in separate circumstances were giving me the feedback, I went through an emotional experience of at first feeling a bit shocked because I didn't agree with what they were saying. And then somehow it was me trying to, in my own mind, defend why they were wrong because it didn't click with what I thought was the right answer here. Having a bit of the emotion, etc. Um, the good news is that I was proud of myself for not demonstrating too much of that externally, but on the inside, that was what I was feeling. And as I stepped away from the situation and tried my best not to react in that moment externally, but to let it sit and think about it a bit more, a couple of things came to mind for me. First, it's not all about me. What must it have felt like for my friends to be giving me feedback that they knew was going to be difficult to hear, but respecting me enough and caring about me enough to be able to put themselves out there and tell me that, even though they knew that it was going to hurt me, because they knew that it was for my best interest, right? So when we are giving feedback and we're being really honest, it's easy a lot of times to think, oh, I don't want to hurt the person's feelings or whatever. So we withhold a lot of what we want to say because we don't want to hurt the person's feelings. But actually, how much are we benefiting that person by doing that? Now, of course, don't get me wrong. There's a way to give feedback, and how we give it and how we receive it is just as important as what we say. But caring about the other person enough to be able to give them the honest feedback is a huge gift. Feedback is a gift. It's a huge gift we give to people when we're sharing them with them our honest opinions. And then when we're receiving them, recognizing that people aren't going to share the same opinions that we have. And then we have the responsibility when we receive the feedback to say, okay, what do I agree with and not, right? Because at the end of the day, I was asking for feedback about things I was doing in my business, and it's my business and it's my decision. But actually, when I stopped and let the emotion settle and looked at the feedback that I was being given, I realized that they were right and that it gave me an opportunity to rethink some of what I was doing, which is an amazing gift to have, even though the first day or two, I didn't appreciate having heard what I didn't want to hear. Actually, overall, it was right for me, and I was very thankful that I had people in my life who cared enough about me to tell me the things that they knew I didn't want to hear. So, as we're thinking about that gift of feedback, both giving and receiving, what that experience is like, and the courage and the authenticity that it takes to do it in an honest, caring, constructive, and supportive way for people in our lives. So that's my 2 cents. I hope when you have these experiences that you find some value now in how we give and receive feedback. Have a great day wherever you are. Take care.